Hey guys, Vernon Croy here from DocSports.com for Saturday, October 11th, 2025. I'm going to get to Croy's NHL report here in just a moment. First of all, make sure that you give the video a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button below as we do several free pick videos for you every single day right here on the DocSports YouTube channel. Now, DocSports has been around for 53 years. I've been doing this professionally for the last 26 years. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button right now. Now, if you haven't already done so, make sure that you get my 2025 NHL package. I definitely expect to be up over $10,000 by the time it's all said and done this season. I absolutely own the NHL. I always have long term. In 26 years, I've dominated it. Make sure that you get my 2025 NHL package right here exclusively at DocSports.com. Now, before we get to your NHL report, I have a promo code. That promo code is Vegas, all capitals Vegas. That will get you 10% off any daily, weekly, monthly, or seasonal package of mine right here exclusively at DocSports.com. Now let's get to the Croy's NHL report for Saturday, October 11th, 2025. Your first matchup is the afternoon game between the Los Angeles Kings and Winnipeg Jets. This is a very tough spot for Los Angeles, playing their third game in 4 nights to start the season. This is also a big bounce back spot for Winnipeg. I believe that they get it done at home. Winnipeg is the superior team at home against most NHL teams. We're taking the Winnipeg Jets on the money line, minus 135 over the Los Angeles Kings. Your next matchup is between the St. Louis Blues and Calgary Flames. Calgary won their first game of the season in overtime against Edmonton. Then they went to Vancouver and they lost by 4 goals, giving up 5 goals in that loss. This is their third game in 4 nights, just similar to the Los Angeles Kings. St. Louis is coming off a 5-0 loss against Minnesota. You know that they will come ready to play, and I believe that St. Louis is the superior team here Saturday. So we're taking the St. Louis Blues on the money line, minus 125 over the Calgary Flames. Your next matchup is between the Philadelphia Flyers and Carolina Hurricanes. Carolina has the superior goaltender. Carolina is hands down the superior team. This is a Carolina team that is contending for the Stanley Cup this season. I think they have all the components as long as they stay healthy. There's no value here on the money line. We're taking the Carolina Hurricanes on the puck line, minus 1.5, minus 110 over the Flyers. Your next matchup is between the New Jersey Devils and Tampa Bay Lightning. I believe that Tampa Bay is the superior team, especially at home. I don't like New Jersey at all coming into this season. I think they're going to struggle big time overall this season. Tampa Bay does have the superior goaltender, hands down, in this matchup. There's not a lot of value of Tampa Bay on the money line, but I can't take them on the puck line. We have both teams coming into this game looking for their first victory of the season. Obviously, New Jersey went to Carolina. They gave up 6 goals, losing that game by 3 goals. Tampa Bay lost against Ottawa in overtime. Tampa Bay is the superior team. They get it done at home here Saturday, so we're taking the Tampa Bay Lightning on the money line, minus 145 over the New Jersey Devils. Your next matchup is between the Washington Capitals and New York Islanders. I think the Islanders are the superior team. They have the better goaltender in this matchup. They are at home here Saturday. We're currently seeing the Islanders minus 102, minus 105. You can get plus 100 even at a couple bucks. We're taking the New York Islanders on the money line, plus 100 over the Washington Capitals. I actually think this is going to be a bad year for the Capitals overall as a team. I don't see them making the playoffs. Let's see what happens by the end once it's all said and done. So we are taking the New York Islanders on the money line, plus 100 over the Washington Capitals. Your next matchups between the Buffalo Sabres against the Boston Bruins. This is an interesting line here. So Buffalo lost their first game of the season, obviously, against the Rangers, 4-0. They couldn't get anything going in that game as far as the power play was concerned. They went 0 for 4 on the power play, I believe. Boston is the superior team, but looking at this line, sometimes you got to read between the lines here. I do expect the Sabres team to contend to make the playoffs this season. They're a good, young, talented team. They have goaltending. I look for them to bounce back here with the victory in Boston. We're taking the Buffalo Sabres on the money line, -105 over the Boston Bruins. Your next matchup is between the New York Rangers and Pittsburgh Penguins. I actually have a premium play in that game, so I can't touch that game for you here Saturday. Make sure that you get the pick right here exclusively at DocSports.com. These are my premium plays, my absolute best bets of the day. And you can use that promo code VEGAS. That will get you 10% off any daily, weekly, monthly, or seasonal package of mine right here exclusively at DocSports.com. Your next matchups between the Montreal Canadiens and Chicago Blackhawks. So I've been saying all along that Montreal is a very good, young, talented team. They added some depth. They did lose their first game of the season. However, that was going into the third period. They were tied with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Then they gave up 3 unanswered goals in the third period. However, I did give you a free pick on their very next game, which was at Detroit. They dominated that game. We took Montreal there. I look for Montreal to go to Chicago and get another victory here. We're taking the Montreal Canadiens on the money line, -145 over the Chicago Blackhawks. There's a reason why they're fairly heavily favored on the road here. They are the superior team. This is a contending team to go deep into the playoffs this season. Your next matchups between the Ottawa Senators and Florida Panthers. Ottawa is coming off a victory against Tampa Bay. They are a really good team. Florida's banged up coming into this game. I do like the goaltending for Florida, though, however. They're fairly heavily favored. Florida is -155, -160. You can't take them on the money line. I do like the Florida Panthers on the puck line, -1.5, +155 over the Ottawa Senators. Your next matchups between the Toronto Maple Leafs and Detroit Red Wings. Toronto is hands down the superior team here. They honestly did not play good in their first game. I expect them to play much better this time around. They got the rust off in real game action. We're taking the Toronto Maple Leafs on the money line, -145 over the Detroit Red Wings. They are the superior team. They have the superior goaltender. We're taking Toronto on the money line, -145 over Detroit. Your next matchups between Utah and Nashville. Utah is favored in this game, -115, -120, yeah, a couple bucks. Utah is the better overall team, I believe, at this point in the season. They have the superior goaltender here. I like for them to get it done in Nashville. So we're taking Utah on the money line, -115 over the Nashville Predators. Pardon me. Your next matchups between the Columbus Blue Jackets and Minnesota Wild. Minnesota is heavily favored in this game, -170, -178, even -180. I don't believe that they should be. To me, it does not make any sense. Obviously, Minnesota is coming off a dominant 5-0 victory against St. Louis. That's probably why. It should not have been that lopsided. Columbus is coming off a close 1-goal loss at Nashville. They did put up 40 shots in that game. If they can put up 40, I believe, in this game, they pull off the upset victory here Saturday. So we're taking the Columbus Blue Jackets +140 over the Minnesota Wild. Now your next matchup is between the Dallas Stars and Colorado Avalanche. Colorado is the superior team to start the season. This team is absolutely stacked. They're going to make a deep playoff run this season. Dallas is a good team. I'm just not sold on them. They're missing some key components coming into this season, especially defensively. We're taking the Colorado Avalanche on the money line, -130 over the Dallas Stars. Your next matchups between the Vancouver Canucks and Edmonton Oilers. This line opened -164 to favor the Oilers. Since shot up -180. We're even seeing -192 at some books. Vancouver is coming off a lopsided victory. Edmonton is the superior team here. There's no value with them on the money line, though. Vancouver is coming off a 5-1 victory against a mediocre Calgary team. And that's the same mediocre Calgary team that Edmonton lost their first game of the season to. Edmonton did put up 35 shots on goal in that loss. It shouldn't even really been that close. Edmonton is hands down the superior team. They have dominated Vancouver in the past. In fact, Edmonton's last 2 victories against Vancouver were decided by 4 goals. There's no value with Edmonton on the money line here. We're going to take the Edmonton Oilers on the puck line, -1.5, +130 over the Vancouver Canucks. Your next matchup is between the Anaheim Ducks and San Jose Sharks. 2 bottom feeder teams basically here. Neither team's going to compete for the playoffs. I was impressed with San Jose's last game. They put up a really good showing. I believe that they are the better overall team, especially at home here. San Jose basically held Vegas right to the end. They lost that game in overtime. This is one hell of a Vegas team. They're going to be one of the best teams, I believe, and they will definitely make a deep playoff run this season. Anaheim lost at Seattle by 2 goals, putting up just 1 goal in that loss. We're taking the San Jose Sharks on the money line, +100 over the Anaheim Ducks. Your final matchup is between the Vegas Golden Knights and Seattle Kraken. I just told you Vegas, the superior team. There's no value at all with them on the money line here. The line opened -169. We're now seeing -170, 180. You simply can't play money lines over 160 as far as I'm concerned. Vegas is the superior team. They got the rust off in the first game. This team's only going to get better as the season goes on, for sure, as they gel as a team. Seattle is coming off a dominant victory against a bad Ducks team, so you can't put any stock in that. Obviously, Vegas went to overtime against San Jose. San Jose is not a good team either. Yeah, you can't take Seattle on the puck line. You know what? Let's do this. Because you can't really take Vegas on the puck line either. I expect a very close game here. I'm going to give you a total instead. We're taking Vegas and Seattle to go over 6.5 goals, -110. I expect a high-scoring game here. It's going to be like a 6-4 game, maybe even a 5-4 game, I believe. And that concludes the Croy's NHL report for Saturday. Give the video a big thumbs up. Still battling the throat deal, strep throat. Not a fun thing, but I am pushing on. Thanks a lot for your time as always. In winning, Vernon Croy.